I'm curious to get your take, AJ, on what this change of leadership in the United States is going to mean for your strategy moving forward. And do you see any changes on the horizon, not just when it comes to the climate conversation or the financing conversation, but for the bank generally, now that we see Trump returning to the White House?
Well, you've got to remember, first of all, he's won an election handily. So that's a verdict from people. And I think you've got to respect that verdict and work with him. So in my 17 months in this job, I've had changes in government in all my major donors. Japan, Germany, France has had an election, the UK has changed parties, and now the United States as well. So I've kind of been through the whole gamut. My attitude is I work with my shareholders. The US is a large shareholder, the single largest in the case of the bank, and so I've got to work with them. My experience with President Donald Trump in his first term was that he listens to practical reason, no spin, give him the facts and let him take his own judgment. What I'm going to tell him is what I'm trying to do, which I think transcends any administration, which is make the place work better, make it work faster, make it more efficient, make it work as a better partner with the other MDBs, get the private sector in and drive that and make sure you drive jobs. Now tell me which part of that doesn't sound like anyone's right agenda. I'm just going to try and do it the right way and focus on that.
He's a climate skeptic, though.
Yeah, well, my attitude in this whole thing is that what are we trying to do in the case of climate? We're trying to do better schools, better roads, and heat-resistant varieties of seeds, as an example. Which part of that is anything to do with not doing development the right way? And the real part of it is, I'm not trying to put only public money to work. I'm trying to get the private sector to do what it can. The private sector will only do something if it makes business sense for them. If it makes business sense for them, what I'm doing is facilitating that for them. That's a good thing to do.
Trump 2.0, more of an opportunity or a challenge then from your perspective?
I think a little bit of both. An opportunity because I think he's business focused and private sector focused, which is what is by my remit from the day I arrived. And I think the challenge part of it will be to make sure that he understands what we're trying to do in a fair, transparent way. And that's what I'm going to try and do.